Dear friends, this week we read the Torah portion of Shlach, and the end of the portion has the third part of the Shema, which we say twice a day, and that is Vayomer Hashem al Moshe Lemer, which talks about the mitzvah of tzitzis, the mitzvah of wearing a piece of clothing with 4 fringes, strings hanging from the fringes on the side. And it's very fascinating, the lesson we learn from what the tzitzis represents. And the Torah mentions Uri'isim. You should see the strings that are hanging from the fringes. And what will happen when you see the strings? You'll remember all the mitzvahs of Hashem. What does that mean? How do you remember the mitzvahs of Hashem when you look at strings? So initially, the strings consisted of white color strings and 1 strand in each fringe of the 4 fringes of blue color. Why blue? A special blue, a sky blue that reminds us of the skies, the heavens, and who resides in heaven and who runs the world from heaven, God. So when you look at the string and you saw the blue, you remembered right away this is God's world, and we have to look heavenward to be able to find our purpose and our mission and to find the answer to success and happiness in life. And this is what the Torah is telling us. Though today we don't have blue strings, but you look at the tzitzis and in some other forms, it reminds us of all the 613 commandments. And it reminds us of 2 very important elements. That number 1, you have to look heavenward. We're here on earth, our feet are planted very well on earth, but we have to look up to heavenward. Where you really are is where you're looking up to, what you're looking towards. If you're in somewhere, but you're looking outside, your heart is really outside. If you're outside, you're looking inside somewhere, your heart's really inside. Where you physically are is secondary to where your mind and your heart is. Uri'isamosa. First of all, look and remember skyward. Our life has to lead towards skyward. Our life has to lead towards something heavenly, to something greater, a deeper meaning, a deeper mission, to fulfill the will and the desire and be part of the plan of something greater, of God alone. And also it teaches us how important it is to see things. Very often people say, but I'm not connected to my Judaism, I don't feel connected. I don't feel connected to spirituality. And it's correct, they don't feel connected. So the Torah tells us the key to start feeling connected is to surround yourself with Jewish objects and items. And not just objects and items of some historical or cultural part of Judaism, but holy things, mitzvahs, holy books, symbols of things that are part of the 613 commandments, a kiddush cup, a challah board, or some other item that reminds you that you are Jewish, that reminds you who you belong to. Because when you see all the time around you Jewish symbols, it's much easier to connect to your Judaism. But when all you see around yourself are materialistic, physical, or pleasurable symbols, and nothing spiritual and Jewish and holy, obviously you're not going to be drawn to holiness and spirituality or connectivity to your Judaism. Surround yourself, and the Rebbe came out with the campaign, surround yourself with Jewish holy objects. Make it a part of your home. Go out and get a Jewish book. Display it on your shelf in your kitchen. Have a charity box in front of you. You can see it wherever you pass. Have the mezuzah very conspicuous. When you surround yourself with Jewish items, you feel more Jewish. Your life is directed heavenward, and you have a much more blessed life. So may God bless you to have all the blessings in the world. Add one more Jewish item in your home this week. And we love you all. Have a Shabbat Shalom. Candlelighting time in Montreal is 8:29 p.m.